So
What
probably
is
pretty
up,
close
my
to the
monk
user.
mommies and monk daddies? This
A
is
lot of people are
another
taking
run
the
through
left group and doing
commentary
woe skip
on
around
Mythic
everything.
Plus. This is a 15
Okay.
mists. During this week, the affixes we had were
So
Fortified,
just do the
Raging,
right pack, left pack,
Explosive, and Encrypted.
not all together, but get woe.
Fortified just means these trash mobs are going to hit a little bit harder. Raging, make sure that you
Just
save
get all your count with the gore.
some mitigation for later on in the poll when
Warm
everything
and
starts hitting harder.
the
As a
mix.
monk, that would be Celestial Brew,
People can
so you
usually
can
pull.
get stacks and then have a big
Gotta
Celestial
interrupt those
Brew
guys,
ready
guys.
for the end of the pull when you're taking a lot of damage.
Don't blow up.
And
woe,
then a
just
really annoying one in the form of Explosive. As a Brewmaster monk, you can take care of a lot of these, though as you'll see in this run,
you usually wanna
it's pretty
wait
important
for
that you get
woe,
help from
that
the
way
rest
you
of
have
the
the buff for
squad
longer.
as far as destroying the explosives. Finally, just like every other week this season, you'll also have Encrypted. On this pull, we killed the Woe so we could do a skip all the way to the first boss, though we did cut it pretty close by killing the Woe right off the rip and then having to burst down the rest of this pack. And if you watch here in just a few moments, you'll see we just barely made it.
You're in a villager
to where we
can
needed
see
to
you
go.
in stealth, so just make sure that you are
Outside of this pull, though, you're probably
So
always
this
just
goes
going to
up,
want to
up,
grab
up,
her
left.
and keep it moving.
and then hug right.
It's gonna be tight.
So the comp for this group is going to be, of course, a Brewmaster Monk. We have
Yeah,
a
and that's
Holy
why I wanna
Paladin
save it
Healing,
whenever we're
a
healing.
Marksman Hunter, Demonology Warlock. I don't know. I know shit about Warlocks. And
Don't
a
need don't need
a
lot
Frost
there.
Mage.
Demon
Damage
Hunter
was pretty good.
for that, just run that
Interrupts
next time.
were a struggle, and we also had a really tough time with the explosives throughout this run. But all in all, it was a pretty good comp.
Where's my mushroom?
That what? Focus skull down first. Don't hard cleave, just focus skull.
So going through these, I am going to talk about some things that are maybe a little bit like more remedial when it comes to tanking, but just to catch anybody up that is new to this. With these packs, you'll want to just slowly move these mobs occasionally to prevent these spikes from going up your bum.
But we don't want them both.
There is like
going
a
at the same time.
cast animation, and you have some time to move, but I find it's just easier to slowly move in a circle, and then you don't ever have to worry about that. You'll pretty much always just get right out of it when you need to.
And then pretty much every time after this. I don't think there's any more really big woe skips.
Here on this boss, I might not have been super optimized with my cooldown usage. Like going into the boss, I still had 2 minutes on Ox. I think
saving heroes,
it was up
the big guy
during the
gets to
burn
about
phase because of the
30-ish%.
But I try to always make sure I have Ox up when I go into the boss fight. You saw I just ate that blast to the face, so mistakes were made. And I was really hoping we were gonna one phase this boss, but we did not. That said, on this guy, you will want to make sure that you're always facing the tree away from the group so they don't get blasted with this. And then when you can, you'll want to get kicks out on the other mob.
Go ahead and pop here.
Other than that, pretty easy. Avoid the swirls on the ground and burn this. Yeah, see, my Ox still wasn't up by the time we got to this burn phase, which would have helped.
him, just keep on him. Don't stop.
This is my first run that I've done since swapping to Necrolord. I actually really like this Covenant choice for the Brewmaster. I feel like it gives you a lot more survivability, less damage, but much more defensives, which I think from this point forward, when it comes to Fortified weeks, I'll probably swap back to Necrolord. The main reason I did it was for our heroic progression on Anduin. I was getting chomped to death and was looking for a little bit more survivability. I just generally like the playstyle more.
bad.
Here you can see I threw the blast right into our Warlock. Whoops.
Explosion. Jesus.
So actually going into the maze part of this dungeon, our Warlock did show me something